Okay, in the new episode of Denim and Leather podcast, we have a special guest from Paraguay, Loida Liuzzi.
Hi, Rules. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor.
Of course, I follow you on Instagram for quite some time, and I had a few other guitarists, males and females, from that I got to know because of social media.
Yeah.
And I was very glad because you accepted the offer, because we recorded with some pretty famous singers in the past, but I never had any except one from female guitarist from South America, right?
Oh, yes.
I had Isa Nilsson. I don't know if you know her.
No, but
but she is Brazilian. She's South America, but Brazil.
Yeah. I was waiting you tell me for Paula Carregosa.
Aha.
She used to be Kissel artist. I'm Kissel artist, so I met her through Kissel.
Really?
Yeah.
She is from which country?
Brazil.
From Brazil, okay.
She plays a lot of, super heavy metal, death metal.
Okay.
Black metal, super.
Okay. First, I always ask first, how did you start with music? I know something of your biography, but not everything. So, can you tell me about your past, about when you were a little kid? Yeah.
Yes, for sure. I born in Asunción, Paraguay. My parents were not rocker exactly, but the rock came to my life accidentally because, sometimes it's difficult to think in the destiny or that you make your path, but the rock find me. And then when I was 9 years old, I saw my father playing one of the Paraguayan folkloric songs and was super shred, and I was impressed. And I asked him, "Hey, can you teach me? It is so cool." And we start a night after that, and we have lessons every night, not just once a week like it used to be.
Yeah.
And then I get frustrated very quickly. And then when I was like 15 or 16, I saw the DVD of Michael Jackson live in Bucharest, and I saw Jennifer Batten playing Beat It. And I was impressed that she was a woman playing in shredder like that.
Yeah, with her blonde hair like this.
Exactly. I was so impacted. I think that's the reason why I dye my hair in blonde as well.
Awesome.
So, was so amazing.
By the way, sorry, just a bit. I had Orianti just 3 episodes ago,
Oh, I love her.
She also played with Michael Jackson,
Yes. I bought the DVD of This Is It, the double DVD.
Yeah.
I went to the cine to see that movie. Anyways, then I fall in love and I get stuck of that image. Oh, I want to play electric guitar. I want to be like Jennifer Batten. Like, I didn't have idea, but I just want to do it. And then finally, after insisting my mom, please take me to the conservatory, there was a school of rock here. And after 1 year, like begging for lessons in that place, I went to my first lessons, but with the classical guitar, the Spanish guitar. So after 3 months, my father negotiated with me. He told me, Loy, if you learn 10 songs, then I will buy you an electric guitar. So I make my best effort, and he was a man of honor, so he did it. I get a Stratocaster model, no brand, and the kit that comes with the small amp and the cable, the guitar, no brand, any of them. But for me, it was the best guitar of the world.
So it was a copy of a Stratocaster, right?
Yes, wasn't an Squier either.
Squier,
I think
okay.
was a national. I think nationally is in the industry.
Yeah.
But anyways, for me, it was the best and the best guitar in the world, and my best friends for probably 3 years. I really get obsessed about it. I spend hours. I didn't sleep at night, and at that time I was doing the bachelor, technical bachelor. So I had to go to the high school at morning and then 2 days a week afternoon. So I used to spend afternoons and nights playing my guitar. That was more productive for me. Like really, I get super obsessed about it. And then on my conservatory was the first floor was a music store. You can buy instruments, CDs, t-shirts, everything. And I asked to my teacher, "Hey, can you pick 3 albums? I want to start to listen to electric guitar music. Just pick up what you think that I should start to listen, and I will buy it." And he took 3, and then he said, "No, wait." And then he picked up again just one album, and was the G3, Joe Satriani, Eric Johnson, and Steve Vai.
The first G3, yeah.
Yeah, and I had to say that I was so excited. I took the bus to go to my home. Then I turned on off the lines and I put the CD and in the middle of the dark, and the speaker was just right here. And I closed my eyes and I listened the entire album. And I just traveled to, I don't know, so many different and new galaxies. The new universe of the electric guitar was boom. Appears, and then I really start to fall in love of that kind of music, the instrumental. But for other side also, discovering bands. As I tell you before, I didn't burn in a rocker family, but I make my own path. And at that time, we don't have internet, unlimited internet. And was very popular, the Cyber Cafe. You go, you pay for 1 hour of internet.
Internet cafe, yeah.
Exactly. So I spent hours on YouTube watching video clips, printed the lyrics of the songs, and I tried to understand because we in my country we speak Guarani or native language and Spanish, and I never study English, but I want to understand my favorite songs. So that was the best investment because look me how we can have this conversation because of music, because I love music.
I also grew up with a lot of music, a lot of rock music, because my father he still is a rocker, but he was a hippie back in the 60s and 70s, and in the 80s I was born, and I immediately was hooked to rock and roll since I was a kid,
Nice.
And by the way, one of the first bands that I ever liked was in the early 90s was Guns N' Roses, and I just saw them last year for the first time after 33 years,
Really? Wow. That's awesome. It's very funny how the album of Appetite for Destruction came to my life, and we used to exchange CDs and pen drives with music, but was all mixed. So okay, I got this CD from my brother or from one of my cousin, whatever, and just give me 3 and I will give you another 3. So didn't have like the art cover was random. So you had to put the album and boom, was a surprise. And was like that Guns N' Roses came to my life. And then used to be kind of top 30 of the best video clips every Saturday in a TV show here. And when I hear the intro, oh, that's Paradise City. And for the first time, I see the name of the song and the name of the band. I didn't know it was Guns N' Roses.
Whoa.
And the video clip in black or white in the stadium.
Yeah.
I knew that, that Les Paul must be a gold top because it really shines. And then I start also to discover another hard rock bands, Motley Crue and Aerosmith and the Scorpions, like come to me all together. And I start to dedicate practically 1 month per band, like in 1 month 3-4 albums of Whitesnake,
Yeah.
different guitar players. And then I investigate the name of their guitar player and if they make another project, because I knew that I was so fan of Steve Vai. So I listened that album of Whitesnake, I read about it, and
Slip of the tongue.
he was so young when he entered to Whitesnake. And then they Dave Coverley in one of their concerts promote Steve Vai. Hey, you had to listen his new first album. He's truly rock star, and Steve Vai, and he played Liberty, the first track of Passion and Warfare.
Yeah.
I'm just so nerd. I know. I know. Yeah, it was so fun. Super fun.
Yeah, he also, I think he was also, he was young, but he was pretty much younger when he was in Frank Zappa.
Yeah, super.
And after that, I think he was a little bit in Alcatraz, right?
Alcatraz, I hear about Alcatraz with Malmsteen.
Yeah, Steve Vai was not in Alcatraz?
I'm not sure.
I
Probably in one album.
Maybe he was. I think he was a little bit. Yeah. He I think he does the check the video. God Bless video. I think Alcatraz God Bless video. I think Steve Vai is there. I think.
Yeah. So was a point where, and at that time, I tried to categorize. Okay, these are the classic hard rock bands I must need to listen, and the classic rock like Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath. I was crazy for Black Sabbath, and I start to play something like 1 year after my first lessons, like very quick. So I was like a riff collector. Okay, that riff from Black Sabbath, that riff from Dead Purple, and that other riff from, was whatever was in my possibilities at that time. I tried to transcribe it because I didn't have internet in my home, limited to have YouTube. But when I was like 3 years playing, there was, wasn't a luxury anymore and everyone can have unlimited and internet and access to YouTube.
Like a cable internet or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We used to have a phone.
Dial-up. Yeah, dial-up.
Yeah,
we had the same in the 90s, We had the...
Imagine. Well, here, stays longer. Everything is delayed here.
Oh, okay. We had I think internet middle 90s until late 90s was dial-up, and since 2000 I think it was cable, something like that.
Yeah, and most of my friends or my teacher, and he is probably like 15 years older than me, and close to his 40 now. I'm still studying with him, by the way. He's in New York, but we still have online lessons. I remember he told me I went to Buenos Aires, and there is, you can find all the magazines of Rolling Stones, all the magazine of Guitar Total, Guitar Player in Spanish, because they bring it from Spain.
Okay.
So you can find it in your own language, and Choose magazines came with the DVD.
Is it the same dialect of Spanish, or is it harder to? Yeah, it's
just the accent is different.
Accent, yeah.
But in Spanish, it's a lot of dialects.
Yeah, I know. I was 2 years ago. I was in Barcelona, in Spain, and it was Catalonian. Yeah, it was very different from everything else.
It's a mix of Spanish with French. It's difficult.
Yeah, I saw Neil Moore's band with Mike Portnoy there. I was on vacation, but I happened to see a band there. I saw they're playing, and I went. And it was Mike Portnoy from Dream Theater with Neil Morse. It was incredible.
They have great festivals happening in Spain.
Yeah.
I think this Resurrection Fest is super popular. Some of my friends from Spain, I will going to go. So I'm always like on the radar, but I can be there all the time. But I try to go every 2 years at least.
Oh, sorry for interrupting you. You took the magazines. I mean, he brought to you a magazines and stuff like that.
Well, that was the only way because Paraguay is always complicated about the shipping. For that
Aha,
I can ship in my CDs to all the world. So I
really?
make it digital. Yes, it's so complex. I mean, it's easy to buy something, but not to sell.
Yeah, to send. Yeah,
And doesn't exist a huge demand yet.
yeah.
And in Argentina, especially in Buenos Aires, in every corner they have these little stores full of magazines and candies. So it was like an activity. And I remember the first time I went there was to see Steve Vai in the Passion and Warfare 35th anniversary. So it was very, very special for me. It was the first album I bought from him, and I didn't went to the meet and greet that time, but the last time I went,
Really?
the King of the Hydra.
I
Yeah,
just saw him in my hometown like a year ago. He was with the Hydra. Yeah, with the Hydra.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
on that tour.
Violet. no sé,
Y-
no sé cómo decir en
Yeah, with that
Spanish.
guitar. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. He was. It was incredible show. I saw him twice. I saw him 2002 or 2003 with the Ultrazone album. I saw that tour, Ultrazone. You know that album.
So,
Yeah,
but I had to say he really changed his way to play after the surgery. I really like how he plays now because he uses more chords, more inversions.
yeah,
He's super shred all the time.
yeah,
He can still play in For the Love of God and the classics. But I really enjoy the last album of him because it's a mix or an evolution of the Passion and Warfare and Alien Love Secrets. It's a
mhm,
mix of the best of the Steve Vai.
yeah,
Yeah, it was a pleasure to meet him and to meet Dante Friscello, and the other guys from the band.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I finally had the chance to go to do the meet and greet. So, oh, thanks so much for changed my life,
Did
Master.
you give him your album? Maybe.
No, 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 no. I don't have printed, but I have a plan to travel next time to Europe or US, and I want to take with me some of them.
Yeah,
People ask me, "Hey, I want to get the physical, please."
yeah. When did you? I think it came out like a year ago. The album.
The Journey was the first material with
Yes,
6 original tracks and was in 2022.
2 years ago.
And
Okay,
yeah,
three,
and on
three
December
almost.
I released an exclusive. I make an exclusive launch only in Bandcamp, but I pretend to make that in physical, and it's hashtag Licks by Loy. There is the origin of all my original compositions ideas from the beginning. I start with that hashtag in Instagram, and in one time that I was studying a lot of harmony and theory with probably the best teacher I ever had, and was so much stuff on on the air that I had to connect with my playing. So the best way to synthesize the info, everything you learn, um, is create something with that new thing you learned, and create a song. So that's the only way you will really absorb and remember. You will have the perfect cues, and plus, if you get exposed, if you use your social medias to document your evolution, that's basically what I did with hashtag Licks by Loy.
Yeah,
And the difference with the first and the last one I did the past week is huge. I can see that, wow, I can make, like 3 albums just with two ideas and make it longer, like entire songs, because
yeah,
the goal was to make the best I can with backing tracks taken from YouTube
yeah,
first, and just 1 minute for Instagram, 1 minute. And then some of them get very popular on YouTube, so I pick up choose to make the album, The Journey. So basically, it was an experiment, and I have the data of that. The fans likes more this one and this other, so I should make full songs of them. So what's that? What I did with the journey, and plus the name of the journey means a lot, because all the songs has a phrase that is like a chapter of my story since I start to play guitar.
Uh-huh.
So what's two in one for me: the first material, original material, and how to say, hi, I'm Loida Liuzzi, and this is my story, basically. So because it's instrumental, I don't sing, so I had to find, like a story and to coordinate that with the songs.
So
I
it's
think it
a
really works.
so it's a
So
it's a conceptual album. It's a concept.
exactly. And
Yeah.
the hashtag Licks by Loy compilation that has, I think, 18 tracks, very, very short, but they are in Bandcamp. Many people ask me about Bandcamp. I didn't figure out about that, but the first time I hear that was with Marco Miniman. He commented me that with his band he used to release first in Bandcamp for the super fans, and then they put it on the others streaming platforms,
Yeah.
and then the physical.
Yeah.
Well, they are already famous,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's going to work. Yes.
Yeah, you're doing great with that. I also see that you post regularly some other songs, covers of I don't know. Last time I saw Pink Floyd and a little bit
Yes.
of a little bit of Bob Marley, I think, or Jimi
Yeah.
Hendrix. Yeah,
Yes, both.
yeah,
Pues
both.
it's a mix. It's a mix. The idea was with Instagram. Okay, I didn't make videos since I think the first post I did was in Facebook,
Yeah,
and at that time I used to have like a personal Facebook, not a fan page like today. And I just accept everyone who sent me like requests to be friends, and I remember I don't want to show my face, just my hands. And I didn't have idea about the photography, or I didn't have criteria. So I studied that, and then I meet someone that is my producer today, and he's super professional videographer, and he's also my guitar tech. So he's the person, Alejandro Duarte, who makes that I look prettier than I am on the social medias, and that I sound amazing on the guitar.
no,
Because
the
really,
the videos
it
are
really
very professional, pro videos. Yeah,
thanks so much. It's because of him, and at the same time, as probably because I'm a woman, I try to be more technician about terms of, okay, this software or this hardware or this pedal or this amp, how works the amp. So there's a lot of stuff, technical stuff you had to learn apart from learn how to play and develop your skills. So yeah, it's a long way. But and I think it was the first time I start to make things right was like 7 years ago on Instagram. Was, like, I have probably 100 followers only, and my challenge was, okay, I will try to make one cover every 2 weeks. So I will prepare and I will learn and
yeah.
practice, and then I will shoot the video, and will be the original take, no playback. That was the goal. And then it starts to have more interaction with the people, more comments, more likes, and then I make once a week, then twice a week, and then I started with this teacher that I have, and I little by little start to have, okay, one original and two covers every week. So I have certain calendar to follow, to be constant with it.
Yeah, to be
And
present. Yeah.
exactly, because um, if I share only original things, people will not have idea who are the artists that
Yeah.
influence me
Yeah.
through the time. Because if I make a cover of Dave Gilmour, of course you will listen something of him in my own songs. So that's the synchronicity and the chemistry I want to spoil it about my original songs.
Yeah.
So the artists I dedicate time to study and to make video of, and I try to always make something different, like my own interpretation, always respecting the mode and the like to be on the skin of the composer, but to elevate. If I can make something prettier or something different that can combine with the original mood, I try to make that. So I make an effort here in my brain, but that's challenging, and I really found people that they really appreciate when you put 20% more effort,
Yeah.
not just learning the original, making
Yes.
trying to
Yes,
find
you
the-
got you found your tone of the guitar. I heard that on the on I think it was from Pink Floyd, "Comfortably Numb," the solo.
yes.
Yeah,
The
it's-
first part was like the album, and then was an improvisation.
Yeah,
And-
it's the second solo of the song, right? It's the second
Yes,
one. Yeah,
the final.
the greatest
Yes.
solo ever. Yeah,
Yes, it's just epic. And the first time I played that song, had to talk about this because, and it deserves. The first time I played that song was when you contact me,
yeah.
and I
When
was
wrote-
in the Caribbean, and it was complicated there. I didn't have all this under control,
Yeah,
and I wasn't in my house. But anyways, I remember that was in the set list. I traveled with my producer, with some Italian musicians there, and they wanted to start a band, and they make a set list. And previously to my travel, I look at the set list in Sultans of Swing, Comfortably Numb, many songs that I already learned, and I kind of, okay, I think I mastered this because I played so many times and I can improvise and respect the mood of the song, of course. So I took my luggage, my 2 guitars, and I traveled to the Caribbean. And there, after the first rehearsal and the first time we play Comfortably Numb, I really feel that the power that has the song.
yeah,
Because it's not sad. It's not a sad song. It's like a ballad, but I don't know. It's so unique that I think, oh, I had to make something. I had to make a video of this, but it has to be on a special day like New Year's. So after rehearsal with that band for 2 months, I made that video. For that sounds, a bit
Yeah,
more
yeah, yeah.
mature, but
Yeah.
spontaneous at the same time because I didn't plan it. It was like, okay, I would try to just let it go and flow with it, and then when I come back here, and I have my cover band, just to be on shape, to don't miss a lot. If you don't play live,
yeah,
you will lose that feeling of the stage.
yeah.
It's not just the nervous. It's not just to talk with people. It's a lot of things that can happen that you had to know how to react
Yeah.
or have an idea. So I make that. I try to make that once a month at least. So we keep on, to keep the stimulus, and then we play that, and it was so epic. I say, oh, this song will be always in my set list from now.
Yeah, it's a hard song to get and to catch the mood, as you said. It's
Yeah,
I mean,
because-
Pink Floyd are tough to get them like a mood, like a sense, because maybe their songs you can play and replay and everything, but they're very hard in a sense.
You can overplay,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
if like me, you are a modern guitar player. So we didn't start with classical music or with the classical rock or with blues. That's the ABC. The blues is the ABC. If you want to play rock and compose,
Yeah.
you need the blues first.
Yeah.
So if you start like me, I start first with hard rock, and then very quick I went to the metal, and at the same time I was like crazy for Martin Friedman, Megadeth, I tried to learn the solos, and finally I have a band, Judas Priest. I was crazy. Painkiller.
I
Painkiller. That's
with my band. I'm a drummer, and we opened for Judas Priest 10 years ago.
so cool.
Yeah.
I love these guys.
Yeah, I met them. I met
God.
them. I met them all backstage.
And they are kind people.
Yeah, incredible, great.
They look like bad people, very bad looking.
No, they're great. They're great.
Sweetheart. Yeah, I love to meet people who are like that. And then when I was
Yeah, you tell me about the bands that you started playing from. Yeah.
yeah, so especially if you are a modern guitar player and you mix, okay, I can play blues, but I can play modern stuff, and so it's a kind of fight that you will find if you try to improvise, like Santana, for example.
Yeah.
There are some stuff that you can make that are out of his vocabulary and can sound out of contact. So Dave Gilmour is the same. So
Yeah.
you try to use the same resources he used. At the same time, you are improvising and not trying to make more than that, because you will sound nice but out of contact probably.
Yeah.
So that's something I experimented. It's so good that I have experience playing like a resident artist in Qatar during the FIFA World Cup. So the songs they asked for was like the mainstream songs, but at the same time the classics. And always someone in the audience asked, "Hey, Hotel California. Hey, I Shoot the Sheriff. Hey, the classic songs."
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
And then
So you played in Qatar like gigs?
yeah, for five months.
Yeah.
Before, during, and after the World Cup. So every night I have the chance to make a guitar show.
Yeah.
Even if we have a singer. And so it was very heavy to make 3 sets of 45 minutes every night. And so I was in church to make her rest a little bit for the next song. So I have my space to experiment. That was the most productive thing I did in years, because really forced me to be creative and to improvise and to change, like try to become a chameleon in every song.
Yeah.
Certain sets was, okay, this is true of a Spandau Ballad, then Sade, then another like soft rock, and the second set was more high energy, and the third was more like from Bee Gees, Europe. So I had the chance to practice how to be a chameleon, and it was so productive. There is no a lot of videos of it, but for me was the best training
Yeah.
I can ask for.
Awesome. That was before the COVID, right?
I think it was after the super crisis of the COVID.
Okay.
They still ask you for the certification thing, but
So
then they must be flexible.
Oh, so I read that your biography, that you mentioned that you were supposed to go into Qatar, and then the COVID broke the deal and stuff, but so it happened after. Okay.
Yes, we have the second chance, and went amazing for me. Like I did, the best part was, I learned so much that I can do, and at the same time I was training, and I loved sports. So that was the yin yang, okay, the music and the sports. So it's amazing how this duality works, and it's especially for mental health. It's not for the aesthetic so much. It's for the mental health, and especially if you work in creativity, it's so important that your brain receives oxygen, like new oxygen, and more. So At that time, I think the first contract came in 2021 or in 2020 was the COVID.
In 2020
And
was the COVID, yeah.
1 month after, uh, yes, 1 month before we had to travel, everything was ready. We have a lot of rehearsals to be prepared for it. And then COVID came and was everything canceled and postponed. Practically a standby or life.
Yeah.
Because okay, we can't play here, we can play there. What I had to do, what I can do. So then I post a flyer in that I was able to teach online, and people start to appear. So that practically saved my life. First, just Spanish speaking people, and then some people ask me, "Hey, Loy, can you teach? I speak English. I don't know if you teach in English." And then was like, "Oh, I don't know how to do this, but doesn't matter. I will make a discount." But I think can be can be so difficult because most of the books I used it before
Yeah, or
was
English.
already, yes, was already in English for the authors, the
Awesome.
guitar players who make choose books.
Yeah.
They write everything in English. So I start with the first, then with the second, then with the third, and today is like all of them just English. So I have my 12 hours 12 hours English speaking practice
Yeah.
every week, and really changed my life.
So you still do that? You still have guitar lessons? Yeah.
Yeah, always. There's something so comfort to do from my home. You don't have to deal with traffic,
Yeah.
and there are people who really want to learn. I don't know, they already play, but they want to go further. They want to understand. Oh, you play with so much feeling. I want to play like that.
Yeah.
Can you teach me?
Yeah.
So like that, and that I had to mention that about the English speaking people who ask for lessons, because without that I will not be able to speak with no one in Qatar 2 years after,
Yeah. Okay.
because they speak in English and Arabic in Arabian. Just so
Yeah.
I made a like social life everywhere, because finally I took the courage to, okay, I don't care my accent, it's just a tool. So what matters is the music, and I will try. I will make it better. One day I will have the same personality I have when I speak in Spanish, when I speak in English. So
It might be already here. I think you're great in English. I mean,
thanks so much.
it's good.
I practice a lot.
Yeah, it's good. It's. I mean, it's not. I've talked to other Southern Americans that talk a lot more difficult than you. You know, you
Yeah,
talk fluently.
is the practice,
Yeah.
with my students,
Yeah.
and also the music. I always, from my childhood, I listened Aha, The Cure on the radio.
Yeah.
So practically, even if, for example, Air Supply, they are from Australia, right? So
Yeah.
their English is different than this guy
Oh,
from
yeah.
Chicago or
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
Boston.
Yeah.
That are similar, like ballad, power ballad
Yeah.
love songs. And then with the time, it's like, okay, now I have the subtitles, I can print it. So I did that. I was so fan of Michael Jackson, and so every 3 months I try to buy an original album that came with that little book with the lyrics.
Yeah.
That
Booklet.
was, so I listened the song, and I follow the lyrics. I didn't understand, but I kind of have an idea. And then today it's like, okay, that was the best effort. And plus I make so many good friends during the pandemic, just online like this. Probably we can meet someday, who knows.
Yeah.
And like so much stuff started to happen on the pandemic. Kiesel send me a message if I want to be one of their artists, and was like an honor because they have Greg Howe, Frank Gambale, Alan Holsworth, Jason Becker. So of course they send me a one guitar first without commitment, and then if I feel good, if I like it, okay, we can talk about a contract. So that was something historic as a Paraguayan artist, because I think I'm the first. Yeah, we are just 7 million people here, and the market is super divided. But I never think that was like a frontier, or there has to be impossible to live making rock, or to live from the music you like to play.
Yeah.
So you will find the way if it's what you want to do. And I'm very lucky, but I took the courage. It's more courage than everything.
Yeah,
And
not that you're only lucky, you made it for yourself. And by the way, first of all, you had talent and you played great, so you can make the other things.
yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
But always it's always the same, and it's always difficult. Even if you are a man or a woman, is not that for us is easier. Sometimes it's a bit harder because we had to use high heels, high boots
Yeah.
on the stage, and we had to use the pedal board, so sometimes can be dangerous.
Hey,
I did that.
you have bands that use high heels like Kiss and Twisted Sister, and Motley Crue.
Ooh. You get the guys from Keys.
Yeah.
That's extreme sports.
Yeah.
Man. Or Easy Halley from
I've
Hammerstone.
seen. My favorite band is Twisted Sister, as you can see here.
Uh-huh.
So I've seen them 5 times, and I've met them backstage, and they wore high heels, like this.
You had to be on good shape and with your knees very
Yeah.
flexible.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you had to put a guitar on you that has probably 6 kilos, plus 2 shoes, and plus if you had to use pedal board, everything is with choreography.
Yeah.
We know, but anyways, it's not just playing; it's about the experience.
And also movement on the stage. Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
that's another training I had,
Yeah.
thanks to that I was selected to play in a big band here. We was 9 musicians, 2 guitar players, 2 keyboard players, 3 horn sections. So was sax, trumpet, and trombone. Then probably the best singer here. He can sing Tina Turner, Bruno Mars, James Brown. He's super, and also we used to do middle of Queen. So there was where I learned, and I started to appreciate more about Brian May, because I never had the effort to learn more than one song. But that was the middle. So all the songs, the 4 songs we select, has the solos, and it was so epic. Then when the movie comes out, was like, wow, that was the climax of the show. And as was a high energy or a danceable band, a big band, to give joy to the people, your body had to speak. You had to dance, even if you are playing. Your body language has to speak for you to reinforce the message, to reinforce the vibe of the show. So that was another good experience. That was previously to the Qatar.
Yeah.
Then the Qatar was like more a soloist practice.
Okay.
And then finally, when I released my first EP, The Journey, I got this proposal to go to Italy for a mini tour, and was a drummer actually who contacted me, and I traveled there. Would make some shows in the area of Umbria, And at the same time was an Umbria Jazz Fest, that is the second most crowned festival of Europe. First is the Montreux. That's the number one.
Yeah, Montreux. Yeah.
That to be the number one. And the second happens in Italy. That is the Umbria Jazz Fest. And in the middle of our mini tour, playing my songs and some covers, and I had the chance to see Joe Bonamassa. And that was my first blues show ever, and guitar blues show.
And you enjoyed it.
Like literally was the best show I ever assist.
Yeah, he's incredible player. Yeah.
Yeah, but we have a certain concept that the blues is just one mood, and when you go to his shows, it's like all the songs are different moods of the blues. So one is more sexy and spicy, the other is more slow and sad, and the other he's more angry and savage. It's like all the songs were different, but everything was blues. So, and the keyboard player was one guy who played in the same stage with Steve Ray Vaughan 36 years ago. So he come back with, Joe Bonamassa.
Wow.
He was like the biggest stars there.
Yeah.
And was the first time I hear two Gibson Les Paul 59 that are, $500,000.
Wow.
Two of them. And a Leslie, a real Leslie. So everything like super boutique, super old school. You pay not just to listen a great band, to see everything, like all the amps, the boutique amps, the keyboards, the chorus, the two amazing singers doing all the chorus, like all the experience. And that was something that really changed.
So you were more times in Europe, or that was it?
I went 3 times.
Okay.
Twice. Once. The first time I went only to Spain, and I used to go. I supposed to travel to Switzerland, but bad weather in that week.
Yeah.
I supposed to be there, so we go to all the coast, all the south of Spain, and there was where there is the southest point of Europe is called Tarifa in Spain, and it's the capital of kitesurf. And the winds hit so strong, and exactly there you will see that, and the Mediterranean.
Is it just across Morocco, right?
Is in front.
Yeah.
Yeah, from is Tanger.
Yeah.
Like 40 kilometers, and then it's more.
Yeah.
You can see Africa.
Yeah.
Like literally, you can see the relief of it from there. So I was so in love and so impressed of these keys of the sea, the Mediterranean and the Atlantic.
Yeah.
Boom, there in the middle. And I have a demo of a song called Mediterranean, and was unfinished yet, and I was writing the drums, so didn't have the final drums yet, but all the melodies and all the solos was done. And anyways, and I have the idea, okay, let's make the video here. It's just so epic. Then I would finish the song. And that's what is Mediterranean. It's available on YouTube.
Yes, you told me. And you put out the song, right? It's out.
Yeah, it's.
But what about the drums? What about the drums? It was finished, everything?
The drums at the end, I talk with Marco Miniman. Well, he collaborated in my first EP in this track, Making Happen. I met him in person when I was in California. We had such a good chemistry, of course, musicality and personal. I don't know, it's just a good vibe there.
Yeah.
And so I told him about this song, and that I imagine he can elevate and just do whatever you feel, whatever you want. And he sent me three different tracks, tracks with little changes.
Yeah, yeah.
And finally we did that, and at the end there was an like a bridge part for another solo, but I want someone from Spain to record it.
Uh-huh.
So I contact Jose de Castro, and he made the magic, man. He's like, I'm so proud of that song. Mediterranean.
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. That's a nice inspiration because you were right there on the Mediterranean, where, by the way, in that climate I am too with my with my living right now, and
Yeah.
and that's what I wanted to ask you. Do you have your last name is Italian? Do you have some ancestry from Italia? You have some relatives or no?
Yes, I have ancestors, and I'm the fifth generation exactly. I think I'm the first of my line who put a feet again in Italy.
Oh, but you have relatives there?
Well, Liuzzis, there is a lot of Liuzzis
Aha.
in Puglia,
Uh-huh.
at the Sud. Yes, we are from the Sud, and it's a mix of, I think, the Salerno with the Napoli from
Napoli, yeah.
Napoli.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a mix. So exists Liuzzi, Liuzzu, different, but Liuzzi
Yeah.
is, there are more families concentrated with that last name in Puglia. I think if I make like, I don't know, I make a post on Facebook trying to find or to connect with my family or some
Yeah.
Liuzzis, I will
You
make
you
it.
will find it, yeah.
Yeah, but that first trip to Italy, like I mentioned, so I had planned to go back to Spain a year after, and I went there for Mediterranean. You know all
Yeah.
the story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so the year after that, I someone from Italy, another a drummer, contact me on Instagram. Hey Loy, I want you to record some guitars for my project. Would be an album, and I want to have some Italian artists as well. I know you are Italian as well. Doesn't matter if it's half, but you are Italian.
Yeah.
And I really like your covers from just Italian songs you did in YouTube. And I remember I did Caruso, Nessun Dorma, and I think Il Mondo. Very, very nice songs.
You did
And I make all these-
opera. You did operas.
Yes. Yes.
Caruso
Well,
and Nessun Dorma opera, yeah.
see. But that's because Jeff Beck, I find the inspiration of his version, of course. I'm just so far to play like him, but I make my effort, and okay, it's quite nice. I posted on YouTube, and this guy loved it. So he contacted me and I say, okay, just send me your songs. I will listen and see what happens. Of course, would be an honor, and like to hire me as a session guitar player. And then I contact him again. Hey, I will be in Spain just in case you want me to go to Italy and record there in the studio, because he has the idea originally, but as
Yeah.
I was so far, so okay, let's make it just online.
Yeah.
Let's work
Yeah.
remote, and happens. So he get us the tickets. He learned my songs, and we make a mini tour in the Umbria
Yeah.
in the Umbria area. And the most important probably was the Trasimeno Blues Fest. That is a small festival. It's not so
okay.
big like Umbria Jazz,
Okay.
because that's international. But the Trasimeno is kind of important as well, and it happens like an entire month
Wow.
all around Umbria. That is a big region,
Yeah.
like Toscana.
Yeah. Yeah,
Toscany.
Toscana, yeah.
Yeah. So we have one night playing in the circuit of Trasimeno Blues Fest.
Yeah.
Was amazing. I meet someone who sings, and well, I need a singer, and of course, I would love to be an Italian. And this guy from Tuscany, Francesca De Luna, and we still friends. Like the chemistry, she's knowledge as the girl who sings Toto. She has a tribute to Toto,
Uh-huh.
and she really is like, wow, amazing, super rock, super has soul, has the technique, is virtuosa, is beautiful. So was amazing to meet her for that show, and then we keep on contact. Then someone who went to these shows was a fan from Rome, and he contact this drummer that was my manager, my tour manager there. It's important to have someone local
Yeah, 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 yeah,
represents you,
yeah,
and they can organize things for the artist, because we had to play. It's We don't have to deal, or to talk about money, or
yeah.
rules with the people who want to
But
have us.
but while you're here, you gotta play.
Oh yeah, yeah. So he contacted the drummer, and he want us to play in an theater in Bosco. Giovanni Bosco is like 40 kilometers from Rome.
Okay.
It's a beautiful, beautiful venue, and that he will give us the recording, like the shoot, with 4 cameras.
Uh-huh.
So we did that show exclusively, like a DVD, and I have some
Awesome.
extracts of it in my YouTube channel as well.
Awesome.
So that was like boom, super pro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then when after all those shows with playing my music, I really feel, oh, this really works. I don't have to hesitate anymore, that this has the potential to be, I don't know, has this niche. All the people love it. And here was pretty hard to see that, because here the market is so small, like super extremely small, almost zero. Exist people who consume rock, but people who consume music of instrumental music
Uh-huh.
are less. So was kind of frustrated, being working so many years and then have this amazing material that I'm so proud,
You
and
maybe
people still discovering the journey.
you maybe
Yes.
thought of moving, or no? I mean, moving in another country.
Talking about, okay, when I cross the Atlantic Sea, I finally feel that, wow, this really is really good. So I had to continue. I don't have to, just quick. I had to continue, because people connect, people like it,
Yeah, yeah,
people really feel the passion, and that was the proof. You had to get out of your comfort zone,
yeah.
and even if you are scared, go to that country when you have someone that can help you to book the shows and show off your music, make what you love, and probably you will receive love in exchange, or new fans, or new contacts. You never know. So that was my first experience, because the first time I went to Spain, I didn't play there. I just make videos and materials to release them, after.
Yeah, yeah.
But that mini tour, or the tour in Italy, was something more serious, was another level. And then I feel like, wow, I would love to do this like more often every year, and to America, or to Europe, or to Asia. Why not?
So you plan on touring again? You plan?
Yes. That was the first.
Awesome.
The hardest part is the first
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
You don't have idea if we're going to work. You are scared that going wrong, that people don't come to your show, that you cannot sell tickets. Just do it with low expectations, but the music has to be, high quality.
Yeah.
And I think that's something innegotiable. If your music is good, you will find a niche. Doesn't matter if it's instrumental.
You will have to play the same for 5 people and for 5,000 people, like the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, when you had to play for 5 people, it's harder.
It's harder, yeah.
Yeah, and after that, something very cool that happens. Well, I came here to Paraguay with a lot of motivation to continue working in new songs, in a new album. I don't know if I have time enough to do a new album at that time, but at least 3 or 4 new singles for all the streaming platforms.
Yeah.
I don't care. I just
Yeah.
want the people knows that I can compose these nice pieces of music.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in February, almost 1 year ago,
Yeah.
Mana, this super famous Mexican band, they are probably the biggest band of Spanish in Spanish language who make rock, famous. And they came to Paraguay, and I was invited to play one song with them in front of 40,000 people. Oh, my dogs! I have the pitbull in a Dachshund of 10 months. Hello.
Ah.
So that was like full adrenaline. I meet the guitar player that afternoon, and I invite him to have a coffee. I didn't know he would have time because that night was the show. And after that show, they will leave. They had to go to Buenos Aires. And so I talked with him about Santana, about the Steve Vai, because Sergio Balin knows them in person. I think he knows Orianti as well.
Oh.
And so many people from the rock scene. And he invited me to play one song with the band, and I was like, what? Are you kidding me? I literally say that like 3 times, and then like, yeah, it's true. Boom, boom. It's true. And he told me, Lloyd, don't worry. I can lend you one of my guitars. And you can choose. I have a Purist, a Les Paul, and a kind of Caster T style. But it wasn't Fender. It was another brand. And I went there without rehearsing, but I knew that the key was A. So previously I went to the backstage to coordinate everything with the in-ears and with his guitar tech, and what part of the playlist I had to go on the side of the stage to be ready.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we didn't have rehearsal. It was like all improvising, but went well. Everything was successful. And I never have been in that stadium except, that day was the most amazing and most beautiful sea of people.
Yeah.
Stars.
40,000. Wow.
You would see the like this, the lines.
Yeah.
In black. So it was literally like a sea of stars.
Wow.
So it happened so fast. They have, one of the best drummer is the Animal is the alias. His nickname. The Animal. And I didn't see all the band until that time when I was on stage. I just talked with Sergio, the guitar player.
So you played solo, right?
We play a song
Okay.
that is kind of a reggae,
Okay.
but it's like, it's not reggae, it's like punk,
Okay.
but rocker.
Okay.
And has one part that has solo, and
Okay.
we make like a battle of songs.
Yeah.
Yes, we went on the runway, and we was the drums and me and Sergio doing, exchanging solos.
Yeah.
Everything happened so fast. I wasn't nervous because, I would be nervous this like 5 minutes, like the unique and crazy 5 minutes of my life. No, had to enjoy it. So I used to being there in the stadium and see all the people trying to park in because it was so full. And I didn't know where I had to go. Where was the backstage of Sergio? So he sent me someone to take me there. And was just so big, the stadium. And anyways, everything goes amazing. And a month after that, I had the proposal to, Lloyd, you want to open for Air Supply?
Whoa.
It's like, what? We the producers, these organizers of the event, who will bring them in Paraguay, the one that you opened for them, because they see you with what you did with Mana, and they love it.
Whoa.
I was like, what? It's like happening. So 1 month after 1 month, and like everything was all together. Everything is happening. Once your life is so quiet, but you are working and doing all the things right, and in one point, pa 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 pa, consecutive
Yeah.
success
Yeah.
came all
Yeah.
together,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and you had to be prepared.
Yeah.
So luckily, I have this idea of, okay, I had to play 40 minutes with band or with backing track. They say no, no, just you. Okay, with backing track, that would be harder, So
Yeah.
I think it was like 6,000. I don't know exactly how many people, but all people from 40s and more that knows about good music. Because if they like Air Supply, they used to be young when in the
Yeah.
80s,
Yeah.
the best era of music.
Yeah.
Um, so I have this idea of okay, I will play songs of movies, and then I will play one of my original. So I open with Top Gun anthem,
Okay.
and then I
Danger
play
Zone.
yeah,
The Danger Zone. Yeah. Yeah.
the one from Steve Stevens.
Probably.
Steve
I don't know.
Stevens.
Aha. Okay. Okay.
Top Gun.
Okay.
Da, 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 da.
So it's the other one. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the I don't know what, but all the movies Maverick, they make a new version of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So it really works. And then I play one of the perfume of a woman, Perfume de Mujer,
Aha.
that is a tango.
The scent of a
Super
woman.
famous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, essence of a woman.
Yeah.
Exactly.
With
That one instrumental, and then another.
who was the actor? It was it Dustin Hoffman or
I think it was
Robert De Niro?
Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that scene when they dance,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
there you hear
Yeah.
the song, and it's actually the most the video of the cover that has more views in my YouTube channel. Super rock, unbelievable. And then I play another original, and like that, like one instrumental version of
Yeah.
a soundtrack
Yeah.
of a movie, and then one of my originals. And then finally, when I finished my show, was like I was so lucky that the gap between the last song I played and when they start was only 10 minutes. Literally just 10 minutes.
Uh-huh.
That never happens. Usually you play very early, and then after 1 hour,
Yeah. Yeah.
the headliners came.
Or
So-
half an hour. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, half an hour. Oof. You play with Guns? No. Even like Mammoth, he plays at 8, and then Guns at 10. So 2 hours.
Well, we played with Whitesnake. When my band we opened for Whitesnake, it was like 5,000 people, but they came pretty fast after us, like 20 minutes after us.
That's the best.
And
That's the best.
and we opened for Hellwind, the German band.
Yes, Halloween. They came here.
Yeah, we played with Hellwind and with Judas Priest. It was the same festival concert. So we opened, and they played pretty fast after us. Like Hellwind were like 15 minutes after us. They were watching us from the stage, and when we got off, they were like, "Guys, that was great show."
Yes.
Yeah, like we were
Well,
like, "What the fuck? We used to listen to you as kids, Now you're watching us play."
Yes, exactly. And that happens. The moment I was asking, okay, what moment is the right moment when I can take a picture with, the hailstorm?
Yeah.
Hailstorm. And they
Oh,
say
you
yes.
you was with Hailstorm.
After your no, Hitchcock
Aha.
is the last
Okay.
name,
Okay.
and one name of this Air Supply.
Okay.
And was like, okay, you had to make the picture after your show, before they start.
Yeah.
So lovely. They were so lovely. They asked me about my guitar, my influences, if I was playing, and if I was releasing new stuff, and also their guitar player, is the orchestra director of the band. Like many others, guitar players are orchestra directors. So was epic. I I will say that um, these two experiences. The first one was pure adrenaline because wasn't planned at all. Was just like to the lions, to the
Yeah.
lions. The first one, I can be more prepared, but everything was under in over my arms
Yeah.
because I was alone, no band to support me. But I can hear myself very well with in-ears, and I can move to the stage. And yes, there is some videos of it in my YouTube channel as well. If
Uh,
in case you guys can
I
wanna
will.
watch.
I will put. We will put all the links from your social medias and stuff so people can
Yeah,
watch.
so
And
much.
maybe we should finish up with told almost everything for you. You know. By the way, you have some other things to do. It's past 1 hour. You know.
Wow, wow, we can just continue talking about music. Is the best
Yeah,
of the
we
world.
can. I will call you again on the show when you have another album or when you have some news. You know, we can talk again.
Yeah, yeah, I will be releasing probably in 1 more month a new single and then another one. I'm working on mix and mastering. It's
Awesome,
almost ready.
awesome.
So yes, keep on it.
Yeah, yeah. I will share all of that, and I will call you again when you have like a full record, and we can talk again, or maybe a tour or something.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Thanks so much for the support and the
Thank
space.
you, Loy. It was amazing talk. We didn't uh, like time passed very fast because we talk music.
Yes, yes, and I didn't talk about the impact of the sports with my career,
Oh
but
yeah,
that was an super important part. Actually, I have one of the songs of the journey is called "Enjoy the Run" and talk about enjoying the process of what you are doing
okay,
because that's the longest time when you reach your goal is like so fast,
yeah, yeah,
but in the process
yeah,
we had to learn how to enjoy that.
yeah.
Yeah. So it was a pleasure to meet you, and thanks so much for having me, and let's keep in touch.
Yeah, keep in touch, Loy. Thank you for the interview and talk again. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Bye bye.
Bye, Loy.